Gross with eXp Realty, and I am here with my partner in crime, Patricia Castillo. Say hi, Patricia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our call today.
This is our regular Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, home buyer seminar where we work with people every day to help them buy their first property or buy a new home to upgrade. We talk about the credit issues, the financial issues, and the real estate issues to help make it as easy as possible, work together as a team. And we bring in guests regularly to help you get the best people for the job. And so, as we talked about over the weeks, one of the most important components for success in buying a property is the financing, is the lender. And in fact, for many people, that's the first step to go to. And today, we're really excited to invite a friend of ours from U.S. Bank, Rosie Delgado. Rosie, welcome to our call.
Hi, guys, and thank you so much for having me here.
Thank
Dude,
you
the
for joining.
impressive background, the official U.S. Bank logo background. Oh my gosh. We will
Yes,
invite
just in
you.
case they forget.
She doesn't forget that, man. It's like impressive. It's like imposing. U.S., like the government, the IRS is looking over your shoulder there.
Oh,
So
not
let's
that kind of
first
US.
got that. So let's start. Let's just start with you first, though. Let's talk about personally. Where'd you grow up, and how'd you get into mortgage banking?
So I've been doing mortgage for the last 10 years, but I've been in sales since I was 15 and a half.
Wow.
So over 25 years already. And I actually started, before I started mortgage, I started as a teller, personal banker, business banker, and financial service representative for the credit union. And then I worked my way up to be a mortgage loan originator.
Wow. Old school banking. That's kind of the old school career path, right?
Yes, yes. So I grew up in Ontario, California,
No
and
way. In the IE.
yes, in the hot IE.
Woo, in the center of it, right? Right dab in the middle of the IE.
Yes. And then I moved to San Diego.
Beautiful.
Yes, I love it here. It's paradise here. And then that's where it all started. My career just changed to banking, but prior to banking, I was in sales for DirecTV and Dish Network.
I also started in mortgage banking, my real estate career actually in an old school branch office in Claremont, next to Ontario, at a savings and loan. I was the in-house mortgage officer initially, and then outside, and then they sold us and mortgages and so on and so forth. So I know that business real well. So you're at U.S. Bank. How do you describe U.S.? Obviously, many of us know U.S. Bank through various products, through our companies maybe, or credit cards, or car loans. You're one of the largest banks in America. How do you describe your relationship with U.S. Bank and that relationship with customers?
Honestly, I have the best relationship here at work with my managers and colleagues. And it's been a pleasure working here because I'm able to expand. I'm able to get online with you guys and talk about mortgage, something that you really can't do when you work for big banks.
Right. It's true.
So I absolutely love it. And uh, with the customers, it's a great opportunity to offer other products, right? So we try to implement different types of first-time buyer product, which it could be an FHA, it could be GSFA Platinum, any type of grants that we can assist our clients. And if we don't carry that product, we do everything in our power to be able to carry that product
Right.
and start filling out paperwork. So I love it. I love it here because I'm able to help different types of customers, especially doctor loans, veterans, you name it. I can touch almost every product out there possible to help the clients. And then they also give me the ability to access other down payment assistance that we might not be aware of. So it's just nice to have all these cool gadgets that they offer me here and say, hey, if we don't have it, let us know. Let us know, we'll get on top of it.
Well, it's funny you would mention that because we happen to have a copy of your American Dream Mortgage flyer where you talk about some of the low down payment options. I know that when we talk to buyers, they're always asking us about special first-time buyer programs and low down payment programs. So can you kind of give us a run through on some of the options? There's your picture and contact info, very nice. But more importantly, can you share with us kind of what the program is and how that will help a buyer qualify who might not otherwise qualify?
So American Dream is through US Bank. and we are able to lend up to 10,000 or 3%, whatever's less. The other beauty of it is that if the house needs repair, and like if it needs a wall or a kitchen, it's missing a kitchen or a toilet, you can use some of that money and put it towards the repairs. And now a lot of banks won't touch homes if they're missing necessary items like this. So we have been able to use some of that money to repair for those things, so we can keep going with the process. We don't stop the process.
So if a home is missing an oven, or a home has a couple of
Yes.
toilets that are missing, and oftentimes the listing agent will say, well, it won't qualify for HA. You're saying you can use a program where the buyer can buy the property missing those things and then
Yes.
borrow the money from you at 0%. Not a whole rehab. You're talking about $5,500. And then do you close and the work is done afterwards? Is it done during escrow, or how does that get managed?
So it's during, so once the appraisal comes back, I mean, we're doing everything in 30 days, right? So prior to going into a listing, I always have to qualify the client, right? Do they qualify? Yes or no? Are they been conditionally approved by the underwriter? Once we have all that, we technically have 4 weeks, because I already took care of the hard part, the ugly, sticky part, right? So I've already collected all the stuff that I need that the underwriter is asking for. So things can be repaired in a timely manner. So we do ask for bids. We do ask for 3 bids and see who can get it done in a timely manner and a professional way as well.
I think this
And
sounds
we,
like a, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. So we try to finish this within 30 days.
So this sounds ideal for somebody buying a house from a family member maybe, and the property is old, parents passed away, needs some work, and love to get through the close. You guys can offer that money. I see there's an income limitation of 100% of the HUD area median income. So does the customer call you and just qualify and make sure they're going to fit those numbers, or how's that work?
So a medium income is 95,400, I believe. And so if they usually, if it's a 1 or 2, they're normally around 90,000.
Okay.
So we're
And so-
above 80%.
And so how much house can they qualify for then while meeting that number?
450,000,
Okay.
475,000,
Okay.
somewhere in that lines, if they're at that, threshold of 95,400, I think it is.
And depending on the rates, and the rates, of course, are exciting these days, right?
Yes, they are.
So how do you, well, okay, so that program is exciting. And I say that's for somebody trying to squeeze into a property, particularly if it needs some work rather than being disqualified, a chance to look at it. And what would they do? They would call Patricia to talk to the listing agent, get some information, and then she'd bring it to you. What would that look like?
So, and thank you for asking. So Patricia would tell me upfront, listen, I'm going to show them this house, but it's missing a toilet. It's missing a kitchen sink. And so with that being said, we're already calling for 3 bids before the appraisal gets there. So usually the appraisal will get there within 72 hours.
Wow.
Right. So yes, we can order appraisals same day, depending on the agent, how available they are to come and, open the doors for the representative. But I'm already proactive with the realtor, and we're already putting all those bids. We're already getting it together and showing it to the underwriter. And a couple of days later, we should be getting the report from the appraisal. So when so I always put a note there that, hey, there is items missing and bids already being done on it. So I try to prepare the appraisal department that we can send some stuff like pictures and, just kind of heads up. So they already know, like, hey, yes, we are confirming that there's missing a bathroom, and my value opinion is going to be $1,000. So then we pay attention to the appraisal report, and we're already working on the escrow account so we can get it fixed with the next 72 hours. So everything is in hours and days, not weeks. Yes.
We got a business to run here.
That's
We
really
got
fast.
to move people. Um,
But it
do
is
you,
30 days. We do need 30 days.
you've said that about 10 times. It sounds like you're pretty tied into 30 days. I'm pretty excited to hear that. At least you know there's a concept called 30 days. Some lenders don't know. And I think lenders who've just been in the business the last 3, 4, 5 years don't know that there are times you got to hustle to get, you get your hustle muscle on to close deals. You can't just be an order taker right now. You got to really learn what you're doing.
No, well, I mean, any regular deal can take 14 days. We can do it in 14 days. That's no problem. But when we're repairing little items that are needed daily, yes, that we need some time there. And we ask for the listing agent to be patient, right? Because we're
Uh-oh.
repairing it, we're taking it off the market.
Uh-oh.
Please let us, work with us.
Patient. I don't know. You sound like my wife now. I'm not very good at patient. So I'm a real estate agent. I want to get paid.
You know what? It's a good thing to have it. I have great practice, Patricia. I've been seeing through her clients that she has a lot of patience. And listen,
She does. I don't. She does.
well, we're just trying to get this house off your hands, and
Yes.
all we ask is 30 days.
Yes. Yeah, you don't want the attorney calling you back. How come it's not closed yet? That's always,
Right.
it's never a good phone call to get. Do you also, in addition to this particular product, the Dream Program, do you also have like FHA 203K or rehab programs like that, or other similar type products?
Yes, we do have the FHA 203K, which the American Dream is a little cheaper on the rate, and
Right.
it has more benefit. But yes, so for somebody who wants to build a pool, then yes, FHA 203K would be the best part. Or if they're missing a whole roof, yeah,
Right.
that one is a bigger fish for that.
I think we're going to find that these types of products are going to be more popular now because with the rates jumping up, a little of the enthusiasm of buyers is going to cool off a little bit. And so if you can put together creative alternatives as a buyer's agent, these are the tools you want in your toolbox to get a buyer ahead of the, jump the line. Whereas you've been losing deals to cash buyers, here's your chance to step up.
Cash buyers are looking into the ugly duckling houses. I noticed that.
So Rosie, I had a question for you. With any of the loan programs or products that you offer clients, are any of them suitable for clients that are using an ITIN number rather than a social?
So we can accept ITIN at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we can take somebody who has a FICO score at 640.
Okay. Got it. And
So you-
so
I'm sure I said you can take I-10 or you cannot take I-10.
cannot.
I cannot.
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
Is that something that might be available in the future?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because they file taxes.
Right. Yeah, I know
So
it's kind of hard to sometimes find, a lender that's working with clients that have ITIN numbers, but I try to get creative with them and see if they can bring in somebody, a co-signer maybe that has a social and, family member, sibling that can also help to qualify them.
yeah, definitely. And then we do have other special products that is not really promoted a lot. And those are our doctor loans for MD.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
if
whoa,
they-
whoa, let's hear about that.
Mhm.
Well, so there's two types of LTV, loan to value. If it's under $1 million, if the loan's under $1 million, it's 10% down. And if it's over $1 million, they can put 5% down, but mortgage insurance will be included. So if they put 10% down and it's under $1 million, there's no mortgage insurance.
Wow. That's a nice
Okay.
chunk of monthly savings that person's going to experience.
Yeah.
Do you work with I've heard of some special, loans for first responders or like anybody that works for a school district, certain products that are geared towards, let's say teachers, educators and that sort. Do you offer those types of special loan programs for first responders and teachers?
I do, and for law enforcement. So there's a program, down payment assistance.
Mhm.
There's a grant and then there's assistance. So for the law enforcement teachers, EMTs, firefighters, they qualify for the grant. So what that means is, once they pick a home that they qualify for, they can get up to 3% or 4%, depending on the rate as well. So let's just say 3 to 4%, and it's a grant. So the moment they move into the house, it there's nothing to be paid. That there's no silent, there's no second. They're good to go. They can sell the house the next day if they wanted to.
Do you as a,
And
oh,
mhm,
go ahead.
you don't have to be a first-time buyer.
Do you as a course of your business call the listing agent? Is that something that when we present offers, are you open to doing that to help us get the offer accepted?
Yes. You mean like call the listing agent and say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm the assigned loan officer?
Yeah. Yeah.
I do it all the time, but prior to calling, I'm already sending an email with a
Nice.
DU, with the pre-approval letter, a
Nice.
bio history, and I'm like, been a teacher for 10 years, or been a counselor for 5 years. I'm always giving little details, but I do follow up with the verbal call and
Nice.
message just in case.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm mostly a listing agent. Patricia works with the buyers, and very few agents do that. And as we've taught that when I was a mortgage lender, it's the one thing we taught. It's your chance to meet the listing agent. You're not cold calling them. You're not soliciting. You're going to show them how good you are, and if you're good, they'll use you for business. And to me, that's the number one marketing thing for you, for your benefit. But for us, what's important is that's what helps get the offer accepted. When a lender calls me and has their act together, I'm definitely upgrading that offer. When I call the lender and they return my phone call, and I go back to the buyer's agent, hey, I called your guy twice. I never heard from him. It just tells you it's a red flag or it shouldn't be accepted. So that's a good practice.
Well, I also upload the 1003, right? Because they
Nice.
want to cross qualify. So I'm already ahead of the game. I'm like, here you go.
Nice.
I just make sure I highlight the parts that they can't really see with their eyes. And, it's simple math. I try to put everything detailed, and I even add a pay stub so they can go ahead and add the pay stub and compare it to the 1003. So yes. And you know what? Actually, one of my agents, everything you told me, and I was like, absolutely. But back in the day, no one wanted us to call the listing agent. So like, you're gonna mess up my deals, don't call.
No, no, I tell loan officers you have to. I need you to do it because you guys. I'm calling them. You're calling them. Everybody call them. Keep on. If they're on the phone with me, they can't talk to the other buyer's agent. That's one of my strategies. Is get in conversation with them. I just called one today. We're writing an offer on. I was talking his ear off. Turns out I know him, but as long as he's on the phone with me, he's not talking to any of the buyer's agent, giving out any good info. I don't want that to happen. So
Mhm.
Yeah. No,
Good.
no. And then I follow up with, the buyer's agent, and I let them know how the conversation went. Any details that they could give me, I can share. So as an example, when I just called one this morning and they're like, oh, the offer's too low, what they offer. I was like, oh, okay. Well, listen, there's wiggle room. So talk to the agent. And then I let the agent know, like, hey, he's saying it's too low. And they're like, I got it. But thank you for the heads up.
let's wiggle that one in somehow.
Yeah, it's so important.
So, look, you've been in the business a while. You've seen, buyers get deals, buyers lose deals. You see real estate agents that make it. I'm sure you've seen real estate agents that don't. What's the difference between the real estate agents that help the buyers have success versus those that struggle and don't get the buyers into a house?
To be honest with you, it's
Yes.
about painting the picture. And I noticed that agents are like, yeah, I gave them 5 houses to go look at. Okay. You didn't go with them?
Hmm.
Okay, so that's one. And two, when people start nitpicking, you know what? I don't like the color of the kitchen, or I don't like this and that. I like when agents paint the picture and says, what's your favorite color?
Right.
Right. And there's some agents that are really proactive, and they're holding those paint strips
Right.
in their bag. And they're like, look, do you like green? Look at green right here. What do you think? And they're just like sitting there at the kitchen table. and just having that conversation, like,
Right.
what would, like, what could you picture here? What could you imagine here? And just painting that picture for them. I think if you take a good 45 minutes and literally filling each room, this could be your home, versus come and look at it, walk through it, and let's go. If you don't like it, that's no, you're a salesperson. You're sell the dream.
Yeah, I tell them, look, let's imagine Home Depot. You can pick out whatever you want to make this your dream house. What would it take? What colors? What do you want in the windows? What do you want here? What can we change?
Yeah, there's
Let's
always
walk through.
freedom to customize.
So a whole Home Depot right down the street with all kinds of stuff to get that house the exact way you wanted.
Right, but I mean, just being visual, right? So when I am with the customer, I go through Teams and I'm sharing my screen. Here's your income. Here's the guidelines. Here's the debt to income. This is where we're at. So there's never that, I don't know what she said, or I don't know why I'm denied, or I don't know if I could do that. No, I spend a good hour with them, hour to 2 hours, just because I want them to leave super knowledge about everything. And I
Nice.
even ask them, so did you write the numbers down that I give you? Oh yes, that's one
Nice.
thing. It's always that follow-up and making them accountable to write things down, because they're not gonna, this is new information, they're not gonna remember this. It's like going to an algebra class, right? It's like staring at the teacher. There's no way you're gonna retain that.
Yeah, people get overwhelmed. So
Nice.
it's always good to take notes, even on this call today. Anybody listening on the live stream, it's a good idea to take notes and just refer back to them. And
Definitely.
I know I've had some clients that have asked me, well, I am looking to, purchase a home in the future. I kind of want to get an idea of what I qualify for, but I don't have my credit pulled just yet. So what would you say to, what's the process for, I think we talked about a little bit about this yesterday, to just kind of get an idea of what somebody might qualify for without doing a full credit check?
Sure. So the conversation that I like to do, just to kind of fill them out first, right? So what's the income? And then if they allow me to keep asking questions, I ask, can I see your bank statements? Have you co-signed for anybody? And right away, I can just tell what they qualify by adding all their minimum debts with a potential FICO scores. If they say, I think I have great credit, oh yeah, I'm gonna put 740 then. And they're telling me I make $5,000. And well, based on the information you shared with me, this is what you qualify. You qualify for a $415,000 condo with no more than an HOA of $360 a month. And I email an actual spreadsheet of the details that I wrote down. And I said, confirm it by looking at your bank statements. Look at your bank statements, see what you have paid if over and over for the last 2 months. So if you have a Macy's card or Nordstrom's card, and you forgot to tell me that, you're going to have to add that to your debt to income.
Right. Yeah, it's so important. I mean, I always encourage clients to just have their credit pulled, because that's the best way you're going to know exactly what you qualify for. And in case there's something that's a bit of a surprise on the credit report, then you can start dealing with it and coaching them on what they need to do in order to get rid of that.
Yes, but I think it is important, right? It is an important step. But if they're just wanting to know what it is and what's the process, I don't like to be so intrusive, right? So I want to paint the picture on the commitment, right? I want to paint the picture on the commitment, and then I'll start going on Redfin and show them houses like, you can qualify for this, you can qualify for that, you cannot qualify for that. And so when they see that, what I've done for them through the numbers, and then I show them what's on the market, they're like, okay, I'm glad you showed me this. I'm glad you showed me what my mortgage insurance is going to be. I literally share my screen, and they're watching me do all this, so they can say, why am I going to look at $1 million house when I know I don't qualify for it? Why would I do that to myself?
Right.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at all. Well, look, obviously there's a lot to cover, and we've spent some time here, and I really appreciate you spending time with us today. I put your contact info in the chat box. The best way to somebody, if they have a question, obviously Patricia has your information. We'll put you together. But if someone want to reach you together, want to reach you directly, what's the best way to reach you?
My cell phone number, 858-361-3959, or email as well, rosie.delgado@usbank.com. It's my cell phone. You can text me. You can send me WhatsApp messages. So
Nice.
I'm pretty much available. I normally get to someone within the same day.
And you're in San Diego. Does that mean you can land all over the United States, all over California? What
And
area do you
48
service?
states, for sure.
Okay.
In 48 states. Yes, I'm in San Diego. My neighbor is Shamu.
Wow, how nice. Okay. Is your neighbor noisy? He eats a lot, I'm sure.
You know what? I love when he splashes. So it's the best.
So, okay, good. But you do, so if somebody's buying a house in LA area, you service them because everything's online now, or how do you handle that?
Yes, everything is online. Everything's online, and they can actually fill out the application through their mobile phone. Everybody has a smartphone,
Yeah.
or I could just take the information over the phone. But if they ever need to use a scanner, they can go to the nearest US bank branch, and a banker can assist them.
Nice. That's a good feature. And I'm guessing you also speak Spanish?
Claro que sí.
Claro que porque no. Okay, good. So, well, look, Rosie, it's been a pleasure. Patricia, any last questions you have for Rosie?
No, I think she covered everything. And I like that we can have clients just go to US Bank. I've talked to a lot of people that don't have that technology at home. They don't have a scanner. They don't have, a copier. So they can walk into US Bank and have their documents delivered directly to Rosie. So that's
Beautiful.
great.
Beautiful. Well, great. Well, look, thank you, Rosie. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate meeting you. And I know I heard good things from Patricia about you and working with our customers. So thank you for your service. Thanks for being on our home buyer seminar. And if you're just watching this and you're not working with us directly, feel free to reach out to her and say you saw us on the home buyer seminar. We do this every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We live stream it as well as record it on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn on our social media channels. Patricia, if someone want to get a hold of you, how would they reach you?
My cell phone number is the best way, and that's 323-365-9909.
Yeah, she speed dialed on my phone, so I don't even know her phone number anymore. I just click the button and it calls her, and the power of technology. So you and my wife and a couple other people. Well, good. Patricia, thank you as always. Rosie, it was great having you on the call today. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
And we'll do this again next week and make